Good evening, everybody. From the summit of Mount Washington, I am meteorologist Amy Cotter here at the Mount Washington Observatory, here today to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to experience weather-wise here at the higher summits of New Hampshire this weekend. But before we dive into that, it is a very exciting and also sad, a very bittersweet week here up on the summit because it is the very last week of our two summer interns, Maddie and Max. So Maddie and Max, I have a couple questions for you here today. What has been the absolute highlight, your favorite memory, weather related or not, from your time on the summit this summer?
My favorite memory has to be experiencing gusts over 120 miles per hour, specifically like looking at the instruments and seeing the different wind gusts exceed the previous record for the day. That was really awesome.
That was an exciting day. And Maddie, what about you?
That was a top memory for sure. Probably my favorite night was when we all got to see the aurora lights out all together. That was a really special night.
That was awesome. And where are you two off to next?
Yeah, so I'm going back to the University of Oklahoma to pursue my master's in data science.
Fantastic. And what about you, Maddie?
I'll be going to Western Carolina University to get my degree in emergency and disaster management.
Awesome. Well, we have really appreciated all of your hard work and humor here on the summit this summer, and we certainly will miss you up here, but we wish you the best of luck moving forward, so thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. So diving into what we're going to experience here at the higher summits of New Hampshire this weekend. To take a look at that, we're first going to start with our current summit conditions page. So our current summit conditions page tells us what's going on the summit of Mount Washington right now, and this is on our website, mountwashington.org. Our wind speed on the summit today is very low. We're at a nice 10.7, right around 11 miles per hour. This is relatively low. Our annual average is 35 miles per hour. There were even a couple times today where that wind speed dipped all the way down to 0, so it's an unusually calm day on the summit today. We have temperatures right around 60 degrees, so a pretty warm day on the summit. And then our visibility is another unique thing on this page today. Our visibility right now is right around 75 miles, so that is relatively high for summertime. And we are in the fog about 60% of the time, so we've gotten some beautiful views today. And we can take a look at what those views look like on our deck camera. So nice 75-mile visibility today. You can see quite a few people out and about enjoying the observation deck, enjoying the summit. We do have some clouds up there, some nice cumulus clouds that have built in throughout the day, but still ample sunshine throughout today, plenty of sunshine. But let's take a look at how these conditions are going to change this weekend. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at here is our surface analysis map. This is going to tell us where those high and low pressure systems are, as well as any fronts in that green shading indicating precipitation. So let's take a look at what we're going to experience. So diving into tonight, we can see a big blue H right over New England, and that is indicating a wide area or an expansive area of high pressure. So that high pressure will crest overhead tonight and then start to shift offshore tomorrow. And as that high pressure starts to shift offshore, you'll see this blue line with blue triangles on it. That's a cold front coming our way. And that low pressure is going to drag it our way Sunday afternoon. And as that cold front passes, it's going to bring some rain showers throughout the day, as well as the potential for afternoon thunderstorms. But let's take a look at that precipitation on Sunday. It's looking relatively dry, and we have been in a pretty dry spell recently. So fingers crossed for some much needed precipitation on Sunday. But let's take a look. Looking pretty dry on Saturday as well. But then as we move into Sunday and that cold front approaches, it looks like there could be a few overrunning showers popping up here and there, maybe by sunrise Sunday. But given how dry it is, that isn't looking super likely. However, as we go through the day, those showers will come our way. So some rain showers on Sunday, particularly in the afternoon. The heaviest of that precipitation looks to be held to our north. So we're not looking at any severe downpours as of now. But let's take a look at that convection, which gives us an idea about the stability of the atmosphere, or how unstable the atmosphere is, and thus what we can take a look at for thunderstorms. So I'm going to zoom forward all the way to Sunday morning here, and you can see that blue shading indicating some elevated convective available potential energy. And as we go into Sunday afternoon, you'll see that brighter shading now. That's indicating a chance of thunderstorms on Sunday afternoon. One new map that I don't usually pull up, but I felt particularly relevant this weekend is this smoke models map. So this smoke models map is tracking near surface smoke density. So let's take a look at how that smoke is going to move over the weekend. It has been a relatively clear day today. That ridge, that high pressure has done a good job pushing out some of that haze from wildfire smokes from fires over in the western United States. But let's take a look at how that smoke is going to travel this weekend. All right, so this is going into Saturday morning. It looks like that smoke is kind of almost wrapping around. Let's take a look at this model run. This will give us a little bit of a longer outlook. But it looks like that smoke kind of wraps around for tomorrow, kind of comes back our way. And you'll see that lighter gray shading over New Hampshire there as that smoke kind of makes its way back in. Doesn't look like it's going to significantly reduce our visibility or air quality here on the summits. However, it will have some effect, and it is definitely something to keep an eye on this upcoming weekend. So it'll be a little bit hazier, at least relative to what we've experienced today, tomorrow. And then lastly, let's take a look at our wind speeds. So we've had a relatively calm month so far in terms of wind, lots of calmer winds. But as we go into the weekend, we can see those very calm winds persisting. But then those winds will start to pick up tonight with a little bit of a pressure gradient before bottoming out tomorrow around midday. And then as that cold front approaches and that ridge departs offshore, we're going to see a bit of increased wind speeds starting Saturday night and moving into Sunday. So you'll see those brighter colors, those oranges, those greens moving in Sunday afternoon. So a little bit elevated in terms of wind on Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at what those numbers look like. So Friday night in the clear under mostly clear skies, fairly similar conditions. Saturday, relatively calm winds and pretty seasonal temperatures. However, going into Saturday night, you're going to see those increasingly cloudy skies as those clouds spread out ahead of that cold front and thicken and lower. Slight chance of rain showers after midnight with that approaching front. And then those winds starting to pick up to 25 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And then Sunday might see the most interesting weather of the weekend with some rain showers likely and a chance of afternoon thunderstorms as that cold front crosses. And those winds look to ramp up a little bit more into the 35 to 50 mile per hour range. So that's what we're looking at for weather this weekend. And I hope everybody watching enjoys their weekend, whether you get out to the higher summits of New Hampshire or not.